episode number 395 live. And together we will continue to be the late night place to be, the most must-see show on YouTube TV, and first and foremost, the single most electrifying promotion on the face of the planet, and the very best in fantasy wrestling excellence, bar none, period. We are the Archivers TV. Welcome to YTD Academy. Today we have a fire 9-match card, and we've got 6 championships on the line. We've got champions being tested. The roster is looking for some supremacy, looking to get thrown into the spotlight, and of course we're heading towards Halloween Havoc. So tonight, the YTD Academy is going to add a little fuel to the already blazing roadway to the second annual Halloween Havoc stream preview, which is just around the corner. But before we get there, we have some things to talk about. For instance, the Extreme Rules Premium Live event. I know, it is ghastly. I said it. I should ban myself before the show even begins. I agree. But before we discuss that, we're going to introduce the co-hosts with the mosts. From Team Boss Apollo and Team One Woozy TV, Woozy and Boss, welcome to episode number 395, the 5th episode of YTD Academy. It's going to be a fire night of matches. You're going to be excited.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight?
I am fantastic. How was your day? Do anything exciting?
Nope, just watched Extreme Rules.
No? What about you, Boss? Do anything today? Did you work?
Yeah, I went to I went to all that town to see my nephew. My brother just had another baby, so I went to go see him today.
Nice.
I spent a couple hours with him. Me and my mom, we drove out there today. Spent a couple hours with him.
Just born today, or?
He was born August.
Oh, okay. It's a couple months old now.
Yeah. So we just go
Nice.
see him today.
Very cool.
After that, came back home and made some spaghetti.
Delicious. I mean, you can never go wrong with spaghetti.
Yep.
I love spaghetti.
Yep. The easiest meal to cook. Be ready in 10 minutes. No prepping. Well, if you want to add bacon and add layer, cheese layer, stuff like that. But other than that,
Yes, the more cheese, the better. Do you use
Yes.
what do you kind of cheese did you use? You use like a mozzarella or a provolone?
mozzarella, sharp
I like-
cheddar.
Ooh, sharp cheddar. Parmesan's nice. Parmesan's nice,
Parmesan, yeah.
especially if you take the effort, and it's always expensive. But if you take the time to buy fresh Parmesan, so much better.
Oh yeah, way
Yeah,
better.
so is fresh mozzarella. You know, it's hard. Well, actually, it's getting easier to find nowadays because people are starting to figure out that it's really good. Because fresh mozzarella doesn't get hard as quick because it's in water, right? So it's
Yep.
yeah, fresh mozzarella is so good for many things.
Yeah, especially put it in the oven, it's fresh and everything, and not. I like it. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
it tastes so good.
It do real good.
But yeah, so Extreme Rules, that was a solid show. It was a solid show. I gotta say this though. I do have to say this. My disappointment is this. My disappointment, well, actually two things. My first disappointment is that a real lackluster job and effort on the Extreme Rules arena and decor. First and foremost, as we're in the month of Halloween and there's no other than NXT Halloween Havoc. You know, how dare they? We should sue them. But anyways, ghastly. And by the way, you know who else I'm suing is The Miz. How dare he refer to himself as most must-see superstar? Ghastly. He's getting a letter from our attorney tomorrow. But anyways, the Extreme Rules arena and the decor, and it was just so lackluster. I was like, what is this? Like, I thought they would have done something a little more interesting considering we're closer to Halloween. They don't have another stream preview this month. Sorry, that's us. Premium live event this month. Right? So I thought they might have beefed it up a little bit. I don't know. I just expected something. But I just thought the Extreme Rule, like everything from the electronic billboard to the ring itself, to they even had that goofy looking platform in their fight pit. It was lackluster. I thought it was boring and ugly. And then my second disappointment has nothing to do with the pay-per-view, actually, because I thought it was solid. I give it an 8 out of 10. Great matches. Good storytelling tonight. Good job by even Dominic Mysterio tonight. So, but we'll get to that. But my other disappointment is all the way at the end of the Premium Live event, so I hope you've already watched it. But as epic as the return of Bray Wyatt was, I mean, he was not involved in anything major, and we got to see all of 180 seconds of him. And I thought that was a little bit disappointing. But again, nothing to do with the show or the wrestling matches, because I actually thought that was a fantastic show tonight. I think you'd be hard pressed to try and find a lot wrong with anything that happened. Even Riddle, as much as I'm not a fan of his right now, you know, even he did a fantastic job tonight. And
yes, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a great show. So, but yeah. So, what was your favorite moment of Extreme Rules?
I would say I liked the 6-man match with Rolling Brutes and Imperium.
Yes, sir. You know what, though?
Tops.
You know what, though? I would have put Imperium over there. I would have. For the extra heel heat alone, but Sheamus did not need a win. You know, his I mean, I guess his faction kind of did, but I would have put Imperium over there and had Sheamus take the loss. But I don't know. Other than that, it was a great match, though. Fantastic match. You know, because Gunther won via using a shillelagh, but at the end of the day, we view that as a Sheamus victory, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he won the match. Obviously, you watched it, you know that Gunther won. But he used the shillelagh, and everybody got involved, and that's what factored into Sheamus losing. Therefore, really, to everybody else, Sheamus is now 2-0 over Gunther. Right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
My only issue in that match was all those chops that Sheamus took. That was uncalled for, but Gunther got the receipt for it, though.
Yeah.
With the beat of Balor. And then the stomps.
Yeah. See, I just think the using the shillelagh, that doesn't really put Gunther over Sheamus. It really just pushes him towards Sheamus further. So clearly this feud is not over, right? So, but
no,
still, they could have evened up the odds without. Because now what? So Sheamus should have won? Gunther can't beat Sheamus? Is that the story we're going with? That's the narrative we're changing to here? He needs help to beat Sheamus? Right? You know what I mean? You see how that's kind of confusing as to how they were pushing him previous?
Yeah, because Gunther had helped to retain at Clash at the Castle.
Exactly.
And then he had help again last night to beat him.
Yeah, but then every other time they push him like he's unstoppable. So it's just one of those, like, which one are they going with?
Exactly, confusion is all hell.
It kind of is. I think they need to pick an angle and run with it. Either he's unstoppable or he needs help. Which one is it? Or is it just because it's Sheamus that he needs help? Is that what that narrative is? I don't know.
Well,
but again, to me, beating Sheamus with the shillelagh wasn't putting Gunther over Sheamus. It was pushing him to Sheamus. And great, we already knew that was going to extend because obviously the use of the shillelagh. But I think it would have been easier just to have the odds evened up. And I think next time they find some sort of innovative 2 out of 3 falls match between Sheamus and Gunther.
That's a good idea too.
Yep. But anyways,
my issues were now comes the women's matches.
Okay.
I did. Ronda Rousey should not have won that match.
Especially
Well, Ronda Rousey had to win that match because there wasn't a single solitary person that believed in a hardcore situation that Liv Morgan was beating Ronda Rousey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but why would they take the belt off of Ronda just to put it back on Ronda 2 pay-per-views later?
Because they'll turn around and put it back on Liv Morgan again eventually. I figure now that's a good time as ever to push her heel too, by the way.
That is a fair statement there. Yeah.
Because Ronda Rousey's whole thing is she wants to push... She's the one behind the push of Liv Morgan, don't forget. So while everybody's getting irate about Ronda Rousey winning the title back, let's not forget that Ronda Rousey is in full support and was behind the push of Liv Morgan. She was the first person to, of course, break kayfabe and give her a hug after she won the title from her the first time. So it's not, and we've seen this story before. You know, the opponents go back and forth trading the championship. Eventually, something gives. It's a good story. The only thing is there's no real background Morgan and Ronda Rousey, so there's that part, right?
But I think for the Bayley match, I think Bayley.
Sorry about that. My dog's tail hit my other controller, switched controllers on me. Did you notice we had a blue screen there for a minute?
I did now.
Yeah. So he switched controllers on me. That was weird.
How dare you?
Right? How dare you, sir? Keep your tail away from things. But yeah. But yeah, did you have it? Oh yeah, yo, Punisher, what's going on, man? Welcome into episode number 395. Incidentally, episode number 5 of YTD Academy. What's going on? What's new and exciting? What is crack-a-lackin' Punisher? But yeah, so what were some other moments concerning the women tonight that you had some issues with, if any?
I thought Bayley should have won that match.
Yeah, I don't. I agree with that actually. I said that to Cool.
She should have won, not Bianca. Because this is Bayley's first big match in returning. They Triple H should have let her got the win, not Bianca. That is, there's only 2 complaints I had about tonight's showing. Now, towards the end, when they started singing, he's got the whole world in his hands. I knew right then and there it was Bray Wyatt.
Well, I mean, like I said, we knew that was what was happening, so at least to followed through. The only thing is like I said, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more come out of that. Like, we literally got vignette and things happening on the Titantron and different shots of the arena where they had things set up. And then we had about 180 seconds of Bray Wyatt. You know, and the mask thing, they're going to have to explain that a little bit. I mean, the different... hopefully they have a story for that.
Yeah, because one if you notice the one by the barricade, he was wearing the fiend
mask. Yeah. Well, what I think is going to happen is I figure what will happen is the Fiend will periodically come out, much like Demon Balor comes out every now and again. You know what I mean? But if you remember before, he was both Bray Wyatt and the Fiend before. Just yes, he took on more of the persona of the Fiend near the end of his tenure there. But Punisher says he's been talking this whole time trying to get this convo with the I think it's too early for Bayley to win the title. Punishment says. What do you think?
Punisher, usually I agree with you, I really do. But this time I am disagreeing with you big time.
Yo, Snorhawk. Welcome in, Snorhawk.
Because usually I'm a Bailey fan, but this time I am. I think they should have let her get the win.
Also, happy Canadian Thanksgiving.
I'll be honest, I was a little surprised that Bianca retained. Because I actually thought they were going to put it on Bailey. So that was a bit of a surprise for me. That was probably the only surprise of the night for me.
But that five pit match, that was fucking amazing. I
did enjoy that. Yeah, that was a great match. I said that to Cool earlier, actually. I said I haven't been the biggest Riddle fan lately, but tonight Riddle performed very, very well. Everybody did, though. Like, it was a solid show. I give it an 8 out of 10. You know, it was a solid show. And like I said, my biggest complaint has nothing to do with the show. I thought they did an absolutely lackluster job with the Extreme Rules decor and set up the arena, and I didn't like anything about that. But the matches and the storytelling tonight was magnifique.
Exactly.
Snorhawk says Bailey gets it at Royal Rumble. Yeah, probably. That would be my guess too, Snorhawk. Also, happy Canadian Thanksgiving. Thank you, Snorhawk, but that is actually Monday.
Like I stated earlier,
but it is Thanksgiving weekend, though. Punishment says, like I stated earlier, I was hoping more of an ECW feel since they were in Philly. Yeah, me too. That was another thing I was disappointed with. They were in Philadelphia, the home of ECW, with an Extreme Rules premium live event, and they didn't even really breach what you would consider extreme for the most part tonight, I wouldn't say, with the exception of the use of a baseball bat, the fight pit, and a couple of other things here and there, kendo sticks coming into play. But I think they should just get rid of the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, and if they want to have an Extreme Rules match here and there, do that. But I think if you're going to have an Extreme Rules themed premium live event, here's an idea. I know this is probably going to sound like it's coming out of left field. Some people might even be shocked. But if you're going to have an Extreme Rules themed premium live event, you should probably focus on the extreme part of the show. I mean, what was extreme about it? What? Because they used a kendo stick or a baseball bat? That happens now and again outside of Extreme Rules. What? Because they had the fight pit? The fight pit is a cool... I mean, I hope they keep the fight pit. I actually like it, and it has its place. And actually, its place belongs at War Games or something like that. But I don't know. Extreme Rules may as well be non-existent in its current state because it's not extreme. There's extreme moments, if they want to call it an Extreme Moments premium live event, but it certainly isn't an Extreme Rules premium live event because, again, nothing really extreme happened. Not even the fight pit is extreme. What makes it more extreme than a chamber or a Hell in a Cell or a steel cage? What makes it more extreme? What, because it had a second level? Is that why? Because it had a second level? Well, I mean, you can jump off the top of the pods in the chamber. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. And I'm not shitting on any of that. I'm saying if you're going to have an Extreme Rules themed premium live event for people, then you need to focus on what might be considered extreme. The fight pit was just really cool. It wasn't extreme, it was cool. Matter of fact, it was very cool. I like it. It's not its first usage, but it's very cool. I hope they keep it.
I like it when Middle just did the floating bro on the top rope with Broton.
Punishment says, I also think that with Bray, the story line is that he escaped the funhouse and all the characters will make appearances in matches.